Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Dome Gymnasium here in Bluefield, Virginia. Bluefield women's basketball getting set to host the Bulldogs of Union in conference play. AAC play this evening from the Dome. The Rams entering play tonight with a 6-9 record on the season, 4-4 in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Union receiving votes in the top 25 poll, an 8-4 mark on the year, 5-2 in the AAC. The players are on the floor. Go ahead and take a look at tonight's starting lineups right after the tip-off. Lydia Nash jumping for Union. Destiny Tolliver up for the Rams, and the opening tip goes the way of Bluefield. First stoppage in play. We'll run through the starting lineups. Shelby Key works it over to the corner for Goodlet. The Rams coming off of a home win a couple days ago against Truett McConnell in AAC play. A tough opponent tonight. Here's Mariah Mazik. Short shot, no good. And there's the first touch of the night for Lydia Nash as she gets the defensive rebound. And the Bulldogs in black going from left to right. Their first offensive possession tonight. Worked over into the corner, a pump fake, driving down the baseline, putting up the shot, and rolling it in. First points of the night go to Haley Perkins. And it's a 2-0 lead for Union. About 45 seconds into the start of tonight's contest. Shelby Key running the point for the Rams, works over to Goodlet. Works off of a screen from Tolliver. Shot clock already down to 10. Key. Over to Mazik at the elbow. Puts it on the floor down the right side of the lane. Off the glass, no good. And the rebound ripped down by Perkins. Perkins leads the team in rebounds. Third on the team in scoring this year. She brings it up court herself. Looking to the post. Tipped out by Tolliver and stolen away by Key. Rams on the break. Key pushing the tempo. Smith had a look from three, gives it up instead. Back over to Key. Left side of the lane, lost her own dribble, falls to the floor, and two players on the floor falling for it. Timeout called and granted for the Rams, who will retain the possession. Gives us a chance to look at tonight's starting lineups. Start first with the home squad, the Bluefield Rams. Led off by number 2, Mariah Mazik, the 5'8 junior guard out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Adrienne Goodlet wears number 12. She's a 5'8 freshman out of New Kent, Virginia. Number 15, Shelby Key, the 5'6 junior guard out of Washington, D.C. Number 23, Whitney Smith, the 5'7 sophomore guard out of Farragut, Tennessee. The 4 guard and 1 center. Starting lineup rounded out by the leading scorer for the Rams, Destiny Tolliver, number 54, a 6'4 senior out of Durham, North Carolina. For Union, number 5, Angie Lawrence, second leading scorer on this team, a senior guard out of Brodhead, Kentucky. Number 12, Jenna Mills, a 5'7 sophomore guard out of Barberville, the location of Union. Number 14, Anelia Whites, the 5'4 freshman guard out of Frankfort, Kentucky. Number 20, Haley Perkins, whom we've mentioned, the 5'10 junior guard out of Glasgow, Kentucky. And number 33, the leading scorer for Union, Lydia Nash. Ball underneath, Tolliver up and under. First points of the night for the Rams. Squares the score at 2-2. Lydia Nash, a 6' junior center out of Florence, Kentucky. Turned over, and now Key pushing the tempo. Up under the basket, lays it up, draws nothing, and Mazik chases down the rebound. A chance to reset. Early action from the Dome. Smith's first three-point attempt knocked it down. First bucket of the night for Whitney Smith. Rams ahead 5-2. A little over 2 minutes into the start of this one. White had it tipped and stolen away by Smith. Rams with another turnover forced. Key slows down from the top of the circle. And gets it back to reset. Shot clock halfway gone, down to 15 seconds. Pulls up from right behind the elbow, and the shot no good. Rebound is snagged under the basket by Haley Perkins. And again, we see Perkins up the court by herself. Lost her balance for a moment. Heavy pressure from Smith. Pass tipped, but maintained by the Bulldogs. Into the post for Nash. Up high off the glass, draws a foul. That will be the first foul tonight on Destiny Tolliver, and keeping her on the floor. The 6'4 center for the Rams is going to be key in holding Lydia Nash off of the scoring column tonight. Nash entering play, 18 points a game this year. She has 2 shots. And misses the first. Nash shoots 60% from the free throw line this year. 13th game of the season for Union. The second one falls through. 5-3, Rams on top. 17 minutes left to play in the first half. Full court zone pressure from Union. And Key easily across half court. Working back to the top. Key gets it again on the right wing. Loses her balance, has to throw it up in the air, and Smith comes away with it. Back to Tolliver, tipped around, and sloppy play that's turned over, and back to Lawrence. Union off on the break. Up and under, and the layup is good in transition for White. Evens the score up at 5-5. 16:30 left in the first half. Another turnover. It's been a sloppy first couple of minutes for both teams. Key gets the bounce pass, looks over to the free throw line. Mazik, jumper, got it. Rams back on top, 7-5. Now Union back up top. First three-point try of the night for the Bulldogs, no good. And the rebound grab by Mazik. That was missed by Jenna Mills. Key pulls up, hands off to Mazik, down the lane, puts it up, no good. Gets her own rebound, second try, no good, but she draws the foul. Mariah Mazik will head to the line for a couple of free throws. A couple of looks there for Mazik. And now she'll have a couple of free throws trying to extend this early Bluefield lead. Mazik, 71% from the line this year, 50 out of 70 coming in. Hits the first. Mazik averaging 11 points a game. She's the second leading scorer, led the Rams in scoring in the win over Truett McConnell back on Saturday. Second free throw rolls around and falls through. 9-5, Bluefield up by 4, 15:45 left in the first half. Down into the post, Nash up and in off the glass. Cuts the deficit to 2 for Union. Mazik gets it over half court. Into the corner for Smith, back to Mazik, who's been active early. Extra pass, Tolliver, too strong off the glass, trying to get her own rebound, and it's snatched up by Union. Mary Klontz grabbing the rebound, just checking in for the first time, and it's out of bounds, turned over by the Bulldogs. Back over to the Rams. Rams setting up the offense. Key down the right side of the lane, high off the glass, rolled halfway down and came back out. Another rebound for Perkins. She's racking them up early, showing why she leads this squad in rebounds on the season. And has it stripped away by Key. Key finally able to come up with it in numbers for Bluefield. A 3-on-2. Over to Smith, fakes the shot, drives the lane, draws a lot of contact, layup's no good. And a rebound grabbed underneath, tipped away for a moment. Tolliver with the steal, throws it back up, and the Rams come away. Smith in the right place at the right time, and Tolliver not giving up. Key, right side of the lane again, kicks it over. Mazik, back up top. Smith's three-point shot, knocked it down. Whitney Smith, her second three early on. The Rams up 12-7 with 14:15 to play in the first half, and a timeout called by Union. Whitney Smith showing off the range. She has had the highest scoring game of any Bluefield player this year. She dropped 20 back before the Christmas break. Best three-point shooter here lately on the team, though. She's, for the season, just shooting 28%. The Rams don't shoot it that well from outside as a team anyway. Just 27% on the year. The Union, a little bit better from outside, shooting at 30%. Neither team going to light it up from beyond the arc on most nights. Union, however, is a team that will light it up from the floor overall, averaging 76 points a game coming into tonight's game, shooting over 40% from the floor on the season. The Rams averaging just 55 points a game. Union more than 20 points better on average per game coming into tonight's contest. Rams under Corey Mullins, the first-year head coach, taking over for MJ Baker. Union, Tim Curry, his 14th season at the helm for Union, a former coach of Bluefield. coming back onto the floor out of the timeout. Rams slowly making their way back out. It is 12-7, 14-15 left on the first half clock. Bounce back over to Klontz and now into the corner. Down the baseline. Shot tied up underneath as Haley Perkins tried to take it down the baseline. And right there for the defense was Mazik. Possession arrow keeps it with Union. 17 on the shot clock, 14:02 on the game clock. Kick it up top to start it off. That's Reagan King at the top of the key, by the way, who is also making her first appearance tonight. Now looking inside, Nash back up top, Klontz for three, no good, and Mazik there for the board. Good defensive pressure from Bluefield. The Rams this year as a team holding opponents under 60 points per game. Mazik left side of the lane, puts it up off the glass, got it! 14-7, Rams doubling up Union early, 13:22 left in the first half. Lawrence kicks it out, wide open for the three, King, and that's a big three-pointer in the cold stretch for Union, closes it back to 4. King, the sophomore, gets her first bucket of the night. 13 to play in the first half. Key has it stolen away, had it tipped, and coming away with it is Perkins. Perkins forces it up from the right side and draws the foul on Smith. Smith can't believe it. 2 shots coming up for Haley Perkins. A 67% free throw shooter so far this season. More basketball coming up following this. The men's squad setting to take on Union. First free throw knocked down. A couple of substitutions for Union. White comes back in, as well as the first appearance for Adriana Jefferson. Rams have yet to sub anyone in or out, still playing with their starting 5, just over 7 minutes into the start of tonight's game. Second free throw is true. And Union, a quick run. 5 straight points brings it back to a 2-point game. Across to Mazik, and it's stolen. Again, Perkins is right there for another steal. Drives, lays it up, and got it to go right around Key. And we're all tied back up at 14. 12:35 left in the first half. Tolliver sets up the screen for Key. Over to Tate, and Tate traveled. And just checked in. The senior guard out of South Carolina. Now Key will get a break, and checking in for the Rams is Jade McDaniel for the first time. 12:26 left to play in the first half. 14-14, Bluefield and Union tied from the Dome. Looking over into the corner. Now inside. Up and blocked away by Tolliver. McDaniel comes away with it. That was the first try for Jefferson. And it's stripped and stolen back for the Bulldogs. White got the loose ball. Now she drives the lane, and McDaniel will be charged with the foul. Clock at 12 minutes even left to play. Jefferson heading to the line to try to put Union back in the lead. And she hits the first free throw. Union back on top, 15-14. Jenna Mills is back in for the Bulldogs. White shoots 87% from the free throw line this year. Knocks that up a couple ticks as she hits both. Union 16, Bluefield 14. 11:58 left in the first half. Whitney Smith now running the point for the Rams in this 4-guard set. Passes up the screen from Tolliver. Kicks back to Tate. Drives, spins down the lane, has her shot blocked. Jefferson was there for it. And White will kick back out and reset. 3-point shot wide open and knocked down by Klontz. And the lead stretched out for Union 19-14. And a timeout called by Bluefield. 11:35 left to play in the first half. Rams down by 5. And you are watching the Rams Digital Sports Network. (19-14) Union leading over Bluefield and a big run. The Rams had the lead. And now Union has come storming back, forcing turnovers to jump back ahead by 5 points. The Rams coming out of the timeout with the ball, and a travel called against Jade McDaniel. Another turnover for Bluefield. Union trying to stretch the lead. Mills has it at the top of the key, over for King. Tipped and kept alive by White. Dribbles back up top. Now White out of control, driving down the lane. It ends up with King, and King traveled. Another turnover for the Bulldogs. .11:09 left in the first half, 19-14. Union Bulldogs leading over the Bluefield Rams. AAC play this Wednesday night from the Dome in Bluefield, Virginia. Smith had it stripped and stolen. Poked out, now Klontz on the break. Lays it up, too strong. Second try is good. Right there for the follow was White. 7-point lead for Union, 21-14. Clock rolling under 11 minutes. Uh, 14 unanswered points for Union. Rams led this 14-7 at one point. McDaniel pulls up for a three, banks it off the rim, no good. Tolliver can't grab the rebound. The loose ball comes away to Klontz. And a turnover as White had her heel on the out-of-bounds line. Goes back over to the Rams. Key is back in for Bluefield as well as Goodlett. Rams trying to slow it down. A long scoreless stretch for Bluefield. Key inside, back up to Tate. Tate up the top of the key. Goodlett over to Key. Dribbles out, McDaniel. Swings it over for Goodlett. Shot clock is down to 7. McDaniel pulls up for a three, takes a tumble. The shot's no good. And a long rebound is grabbed by Klontz. Macy Klontz across half court. Back to Reagan King. Gives it to Jefferson, now back to Klontz. Reset with White. Out to the corner. 3-point shot knocked down by King. And Union continues to roll ahead. 24-14. It's a 10-point lead. And a 17-0 run for the Bulldogs. Rams last scored a basket at the 13:35 mark. It's been more than 4 minutes since the Rams have made a single point. Key. Shot clock down to 7. Pulls up from the elbow, and it's no good. Tate almost had the rebound, and the loose ball is picked up by Union. Klontz was able to chase it down. Union out hustling Bluefield. Jefferson on the floor. Shot blocked by Tolliver, her second tonight. Tate comes away with it, and numbers for Bluefield. Tate extra pass, and the layup is no good. Rolled back out from Goodlette, and it's back to the Bulldogs. Jefferson tipped away by McDaniel and out of bounds. Last touched by Union. 4 substitutes coming in for the Bulldogs. Some of the starters come back in. Haley Perkins is back on the floor, as well as Lydia Nash. Jenna Mills in the game. Angie Lawrence is back on the floor as well. Union on that big run with most of its starters sitting on the bench. 17 unanswered points, still the run for Union. A 10-point lead. Here's Tate, out of room, goes back out to Smith. 3-point shot is off the back of the rim. Cold stretch continues for the Rams. Stidhams has it stripped and stolen by Smith. Off on the break, looking up court for Key. Dangerous pass, ball's on the floor. And a timeout called by Bluefield as Key fell on top of it. That's already the third timeout burned by the Rams. With 8:05 left to play in the first half, it is 24-14. Union leading over Bluefield. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Early on in this game, the Rams did jump ahead early. Looked good in the first few minutes. Mariah Mazik and Whitney Smith each with 6 points. Smith knocked down a couple of three-pointers. Bluefield opened up a 14-7 lead. And then Union took over. 6 points each so far for White, Perkins, and King. 3 points for Klontz and 3 points for Nash. A couple of big block shots for Destiny Tolliver. She has 2 points so far. The Rams are just shooting 25% from the floor. Union is currently shooting 62% and 3 of 5 from outside. Coming back from the timeout, looking for Tolliver, puts it up off the glass, got it. Destiny Tolliver. She's got 4 now for the night. The Rams cut it back to single digits, and that's the first basket since 13.5 to play in the first half. Then 17 unanswered for Union. Looking inside, Tolliver tipped it, it's stolen. Key. Shelby Key pushes it. Back to Tate, driving the right side of the lane, off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts up the shot. Contact and no foul. The rebound is grabbed by Perkins. Tolliver takes his spill, and now Perkins pushing it back over for Union. Looking to the post. Nash sweeps through, puts it up off the glass. Tolliver gets back up and all the way down court to deflect that shot, and she grabs the rebound. Key goes off of the screen. Tolliver cutting down the lane. It goes to Goodlette. Now Tolliver gets it just shy of the elbow. Puts up a shot and knocks it down. Back-to-back buckets for Destiny Tolliver. 24-18, 7 minutes left in the first half. Perkins pushes off and gets some space, goes up top for Lawrence. Lawrence backing down against Key, trapped. Smith gets a hand on it, and both players hit the floor. Coming in to help out as well was Tate, and the jump ball will give the possession over to the Rams. 24-18, 6:44 left to play in this game. The Rams trailing Union, or should say yet to play in this first half. Bluefield trailing the Bulldogs. You're watching the Rams Digital Sports Network. 24-18, Union leading over Bluefield. Early in the first half, just about halfway to halftime. The Rams gave up 17 straight points, now trying to claw back, trailed by as many as 10. The deficit currently 6. Mariah Mazik is back in. Ball comes back up to the top of the circle for Key. Looking for the post, has nothing. Goes off a screen from Mazik, and it's an offensive foul. Illegal screen goes against Mazik. .6:25 left in the first half. Union, one of the top teams in the Appalachian Athletic Conference on the women's side, entering play this evening. King gives it to Lawrence, and it's stripped and stolen. Tolliver away with the steal, and now good let off on the break, all by herself off the glass, got it.
2 points by
Adrian Goodlett brings it back to a 4-point game, 24-20. Under 6 to play in the first half. Lawrence looks in the corner for King. Guarded by Mazik, now down in the post. Back up top, extra pass over the corner. Clontz for 3, hit it. Another 3 ball for Union. 7-point lead, 27-20. And Bulldogs on top, 5:25 to play in the first half. Key calls out the offense, looks to Goodlett. Into the post for Tolliver, and a foul whistled. Push off is called against Lydia Nash.
Foul on number 33, Lydia Nash.
That's 2 fouls on Nash already. She heads to the bench. Replaced by Jefferson. Union playing into its depth on the bench. Already 9 players have played in tonight's game for the Bulldogs, just 7 for the Rams. McDaniel, limited minutes at that. 3-point shot from Smith is no good. Possession kept alive on the offensive rebound by Tolliver, and a pass tipped and out of bounds by Perkins. Another chance, 26 seconds showing on the shot clock with just over 5 minutes left to play in the first half. Key slowly walking up to set up the offense. Goes off a screen from Mazik, gives it up to Mazik, drives down the right side, lays it in off the glass.
Mariah Mazik with the layup.
Mazik continues to stay active. A whistle as some foreign substance on the floor. The officials take care of that. Mariah Mazik now with 8 points. That leads all scorers. And Mazik led with 14 points against Truett McConnell a few days ago. A 61-44 win for Bluefield. Her first double-double of the year. She also grabbed 10 rebounds. Starting to look like she may be able to repeat that tonight. 8 points and 4 boards for her with still just under 5 minutes until the halftime break. Lawrence gives it up for King. Now to the corner for Perkins. Back up top to reset. King on the left wing. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Klontz drives, gives it up. Jefferson, and it's out of bounds. Last touched by Union. Possession back to Bluefield. Another turnover. As Union has now turned it over 13 times so far. A sloppy game on both sides. 8 turnovers for the Rams here in the first half. The Union turnovers are keeping Bluefield in the game. Smith, right wing. Mazik looking to the post, tried to feed Tolliver, let her too much, resets. It goes back to Mazik. Ball's fought for on the floor, bounces around, and it comes away to King. King behind the back dribble. Clock rolls under 4 to play. Perkins looked at the 3, now drives up off the glass, no good. Mazik another rebound. That's number 5 for her. She leads the break herself, waiting for numbers. Kicks it back up for Smith, lines up the 3. Too strong off the back of the rim. Gets her own long rebound, and almost stolen away, but Mazik will corral it back in, and Bluefield can reset with 3.5 minutes until the break, just trailing by 5. Mazik All by herself, left side of the lane, up off the glass, had an open look and couldn't get it to go. As open of a look as you could ask for. Mazik couldn't get it to drop. Three-point try at the other end is no good from Perkins. Tolliver gets the board and a reach-in foul called against Klontz. Not many fouls called so far. That is 2 against Bluefield so far and 4 against Union. Just make that 4 against Bluefield, now 3 with that foul against Union. 27-22, the visitors on top with 3:14 left in the opening half. Tate is back in for Bluefield. It's Tate, McDaniel, Tolliver, Smith, and Key on the floor for Bluefield with 3:10 until the break. Smith pops down on the left side. Off of a Tolliver screen, defenders switch. Key on the right wing, 15 on the shot clock, looking for Tate, and it's stolen. Another turnover. Perkins gets the steal. White over to Perkins into the corner, wide open three-point try is halfway down and out. It's Klontz who pulled it from the corner. Looks like it was going to drop through. And the Rams survived that turnover. Key backing down over to Tate. Puts it on the floor, backs up top. Smith, another three ball, takes a spill, misses the shot. McDaniel gets the offensive rebound. Bluefield able to hold on with the second chance tries. Tate pulls up, no good. A quick mid-range jumper couldn't drop. Perkins pulls up for 3. Bounces it in. Hit the front of the rim and got a friendly roll. Scoreboard showing that was a 2-point shot, a very deep one, 29-22. Clock under 2 minutes left in the first half. Now they put the second point up there, make that the third point. So do give Perkins credit with the three-pointer. 30-22. Tate fakes left, goes right, got away with the travel. No, there's the whistle. Late call, but they got it. Another turnover for Bluefield. 1:40 showing on the clock. Mazik, after a quick breath, is back in. That was turnover number 10 in the game for the Rams. Three-point try, no good. Mazik tries to get the rebound and run with it, and a foul whistled as she took off. Foul called against White. First foul against White. Fourth team foul against Union. A minute and 20 until halftime. Rams down by 8, 30-22. Tempest Lewis is in for the first time. Passes up for Smith, another 3 off the back of the rim. A rebound by Tolliver, and the possession stays alive for Bluefield. Resetting with just over a minute left in the first half. Key, deep two-pointer, got it. Big shot from Shelby Key, and the Rams needed points. 55 seconds left in the first half. 30-24, Union on top. Goes back to White, and stolen by Tempest Lewis, who has just checked in. Key almost had it stripped. Gathers herself back up. 35 on the game clock, 22 on the shot clock. Drives and kicks for Mazik. Down the baseline. Back up to Tolliver, can't handle the pass, goes out to Smith. Shot clock shows 10. Key for 3. Off the back of the iron. Shot clock is off. Mazik is there, tries to strip it out. Gets it on the floor, back up to Tolliver. Drives down the right side of the lane. Tolliver high off the glass and no good. She was out of control and took a spill. 5 seconds until the half. Layup is no good from Jefferson. Offensive rebound and a foul called underneath. Klontz will head to the line for 2 shots with a second and a half showing on the clock. Plenty of chances for Bluefield. Couldn't capitalize. So 2 shots coming up. Klontz with 6 points so far. And she hits the first free throw. And Macy Clontz this year, 64% from the line. Union has mostly capitalized from the free throw line so far, 6 of 7 in the half. And she makes both. One more shot for the Rams before the half. Key, one dribble, puts it up, and too late. The shot will not count. She knocked it down, but the shot will not count. Too late getting it off, and a 32-24 lead for the Union Bulldogs heading into the halftime break. Bluefield Rams with some ground to make up in the second half. We will recap this first half in about 15 minutes and get you set to finish off this game here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Getting set to resume play in the second half here at the Dome Gymnasium in Bluefield, Virginia. Union with a 32-24 lead over the Bluefield Rams. My name is Trey Wilson. Thank you for joining us tonight on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Don't forget men's basketball action set to follow this game. A quick look at some halftime numbers. We'll look at some team numbers as both squads are on the floor getting set to go. Union shooting 50% from the floor in the first half, 10 out of 20. As well as 50% from outside, knocked down 5 3-pointers. The Rams shot just 29% and 2 of 10 from outside. Only got to the line for 2 shots and made both of those. Those were Mariah Mazik, who led the way with 8 points for the Rams, as well as 6 rebounds. 6 points each for Smith and Tolliver, 2 points for Goodlett and Key. Tolliver's first try for the second half is no good off the back of the glass. Union led in scoring by Perkins, who had 9. She also had 4 rebounds. Leading rebounder was Klontz, who had 6 to go along with her 8 points. First try of the second half for Nash, and she gets the bucket to drop. She only had 3 points in the first half. She has 5 now. And it's back to a 10-point lead for Union. Nash, the leading scorer this year, 2 fouls in the first half. Played limited minutes. Here's Smith off a screen. Dribbles around, back over to Key. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Smith down the baseline. Tries to get up to Tolliver. Has it tipped around. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Mazik keeps it alive, but it's out of bounds. Keeps it alive for a moment. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. The shot clock was down to 1 second. (34 to 24). Rams down. Just over a minute into the start of the second half. 3-point try to open up the half for Union is no good. Tolliver's rebound. Smith over to Mazik. Cuts baseline, steps back, and she traveled. Another turnover for Bluefield. By the way, turnovers in the first half for both teams high. 16 for Union. And the Rams had 11, now 2 already in the second half, for 13 on the game. Pass kicked out, 3-point shot, no good. Off of the rim from Mills. Another rebound for Tolliver, starting to rack them up. She also had a quiet first half, but now 6 points to go with her 7 rebounds. Mazik had it stripped out and stolen away by Nash. And they're going to call Nash for an offensive foul. Mazik in there playing up tight. And that's the 3rd foul against Nash. She'll head back to the bench. Into the corner for Key. Pump fake. Steps back. Her 3-point shot off the back of the rim. Couldn't drop it. Lawrence, another rebound. Drive, then an extra pass over. Reset with Perkins. Shot clock is down to 10. Looking into the post. Jefferson backing down. Smith almost stripped it out. Shot from the top is no good from Lawrence. An offensive board for Perkins. Her try is no good, but she draws a foul. Perkins working hard underneath. The foul's against Tolliver. Second foul of the day against Destiny Tolliver. 2 foul shots coming up, and the first is no good. 34-24, Union on top, 17:22 left in the second half. Second free throw for Perkins, that one is good. Lead is back to 11 points. Say back to 11, excuse me. First time it has been 11. This is the largest lead of the game for Union. It was led since 13:35 to go in the first half. Smith trying to put a dent in it, and she can't drop the 3. After making her first 2, she's found nothing. Rebound eventually to Mazik, throws it up, gets nothing. Loose ball goes to the Bulldogs. A lot of contact underneath on both sides. Whistles have been held for the most part until that play. Key gets charged with a reach.
Foul number 15, Shelby Key.
Union leads by 11. 17 minutes left to play. White off a screen at the high post. Shot from the corner. Three ball is no good. Lawrence couldn't get it. But it's out of bounds. Will stay with Union. Inbound from Mills. White looking to the elbow. Shot blocked. It was deflected in the air by Tolliver. And it came down to Mazik. They're calling a foul against, they are going to call a foul against Jefferson. The reach.
Foul number 22, AJ.
So Adriana Jefferson gets charged with her first foul. 16:30 left, 35-24 Union. Mazik looking to work inside, gets it to Key, pump fake, into the paint, puts up its shot, no good. Tolliver tips it around, and another tough rebound for Haley Perkins. Puts her at her average, her 7th of the game. Perkins gets it back, driving down the right side, out to Lawrence for three, no good. And snatched out of the air, the rebound to Goodlett. Tempo pushing, Smith high off the glass, draws the foul, shot no good. 2 free throws on the way for Whitney Smith, the sophomore guard out of Tennessee. Smith, the third leading scorer this year for the Rams, averages 9 points a game, a good free throw shooter at 71%. The first one is good. Cuts it back to 10. Smith with a chance to bring it back to single digits. She has 7. After making her first 2 shots, she has missed her last 8 from the floor, but now knocks down a couple of free throws. And it's a 9-point game, 35-26. Three-pointer. Big dagger on that three-point shot. Haley Perkins. Now a 12-point lead for Union, largest so far tonight. And a quick answer from Key in the mid-range jumper. And a timeout called. 38-28. Union leading by 10 with 15:24 left to play here from the Dome. You're watching the Rams Digital Sports Network. (38-28). Union leading over Bluefield with 15:24 left in the ball game. AAC play for these two teams. The Rams looking to get back over 500. Stolen away. The Rams force the turnover. Smith played well tonight. Despite the low shooting percentage, another steal for her. Key goes back out to Smith, holds the three, and dribbles around from right to left across the top of the circle. Mazik spinning down the lane, up off the glass, no good. Tolliver tips the rebound up. Eventually it's poked back out to Smith, and a fresh shot clock for Bluefield. Smith, bounce pass over to Key, and a turnover as Key whistled for a travel. Full court pressure from the Rams. Swing pass over. Perkins keeps it alive. Just barely as it was about to go out of bounds. Perkins up and under. Tolliver charged with a foul. Perkins took a spill at the end of that play. First free throw for Perkins of 2, and she knocks down another one. 39-28 Union, 14:38 left to play. And she hits the pair. 40 points now for Union in the game. 12-point lead with 14.5 to play. Key sweeping through, guarded tightly at the right side of the circle. Now swings it over for Smith down the baseline. Smith kicks it back up for Mazik. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Mazik drives the lane, has it stripped out, tipped in the air, and out of bounds to Union. Wouldn't have mattered. Shot clock violation was pending. The Rams again unable to get a shot off as Union has picked up the defensive pressure here in the second half. Jefferson over and back, a turnover. Substitutes. Angie Lawrence is back in for Union, as well as Reagan King. And Key over to Tolliver. 13:50 left in the ball game. Rams trailing by 12. Largest deficit they have faced so far tonight. Key looking for Tolliver inside. Tolliver puts it up, and it's no good. Didn't even catch the rim after it skimmed against the backboard. Union pushing the tempo back the other way. Lawrence ends up in the corner for King. Three-point try. Back of the rim, no good. Key trying to grab the rebound, and I believe a Union player will be called over the back. Maybe Jefferson? Yes, the foul goes against Jefferson. Second foul against Adriana Jefferson so far. Another quiet, scoreless streak for the Rams. Only scored 4 points so far in the second half. Mazik down the lane. Floater, got it. Mariah Mazik ends that cold stretch and brings it back to 10. As she moves into double figures, 10 points to go along with her 7 rebounds. Looking for a double-double for the second game in a row. Lawrence breaks across half court. Now Perkins draws a foul. Perkins driving down the lane. And another foul against Tolliver. She starts to creep into foul trouble. That's her third. It's a 10-point lead for Union, 40-30 with 12:53 left to play in the second half. Rams need some points here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Free throws coming up for Haley Perkins, 40-30. The Rams trailing Union with 12:53 left to play from the Dome tonight. Bluefield 4-4 in the AAC heading into tonight with a 6-9 mark overall on the season. Union receiving votes in the top 25, an 8-4 record, 5-2 mark in the AAC. The officials having some words with both coaches right in front of the scorers table. Getting word from the table that they were just checking to make sure that the shot clock horn was working. First free throw is good. 41-30, the lead for Union, as Haley Perkins continues her good night. Perkins leading all scorers. She has 16 points, make it 17, as she's now 7 of 8 from the free throw line, having a huge game tonight. A lead back to 12 for Union. Lydia Nash has spent most of this game on the bench for Union. They have not needed her. She has just 5 points, the team's leading scorer entering play. And a tie-up under the basket, Mazik. Ball goes back over to Union. It's the third jump ball call that we have seen tonight. Rams keeping up the full court pressure. And Union breaks the pressure. Chance to set up. Macy Klontz over to Reagan King. Steps back. Bluefield into a man-to-man defense. Perkins gets it, looking inside. Jefferson has nothing. Back out to Perkins for a deep three-pointer. No good. Mazik, a tough rebound. And for Mazik, just about closing in on that double-double. That's her 8th board tonight. Key steps right inside the 3, knocks down the 2.
Number 15,
Shelby Key, boy, when she catches and shoots, she can knock them down. Union trying to answer quickly. Loose balls back out to Haley Perkins. Perkins all by herself, three-pointer, no good. And there's Goodlett to grab the long rebound and get over to Key. Now Key has 6 points for the Rams. Only 5 Bluefield players have scored. Her jumper is no good this time. Long bouncing rebound is out to Key. Kicks it up, throws it in the air. Tolliver chases it down the baseline. And a chance to reset. Gives it to Smith. Tipped out of bounds. Ball stays with the Rams. The 5 starters are the only 5 players that have scored for the Rams. Union has also only had 5 players score, but 2 of them coming off of the bench in King and in Klontz. Starters Lawrence and Mills haven't scored in this game, but also haven't played nearly as many minutes. Tate is into the game for Bluefield. Inside, Tolliver got it to go with the left hand. Destiny Tolliver getting active in the scoring. She has 6. Correction, she has 8. 8 points now for Tolliver to go with her 6 boards. The Rams are back within 8 points with just under 11 minutes left. Jefferson backing down the post, and she double dribbled. Put it on the floor, grabbed it with 2 hands, and put it down again. That is the 21st turnover of the game for Union. Another stoppage in play. And back into play goes the ball. Clock's rolling under 11 minutes left. The Rams are within 8 points, pretty much keeping it between a 12 and 8 point deficit, not closing much closer than that. Smith sweeps through, looking for Tolliver and tried to force it, almost had it stolen. A nice job by Goodlett to recover. Now Smith with 5 on the shot clock, and an offensive foul called as she drove through the lane, setting up to take the charge. Who else but Haley Perkins after the night that she has had tonight. Perkins gets the inbound pass, tosses it up the court, nobody's home, and it bounces right into the Union bench. There is turnover number 21 for Union. Back over to Bluefield. 10-12 left in the game. Key taking her time across half court off of a Tate screen. Swing pass. And it ends up over with Goodlett down in the post and out of bounds off of Tate. There's another Ram turnover. That's the 19th. These two teams have combined for 40 turnovers in this game. Union benefiting the most. The Bulldogs have scored 12 points off of turnovers so far. Scrapped around on the floor. Rams come away with it. There's number 22 for Union. Tate stops, kicks back out for Smith. The three-point try. Got it! Whitney Smith, a huge three. And it's back to a 5-point game. Timeout called. 42-37 with 9:59 left to play. The Rams are closing in on Union here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Back here at the Dome, 42-37, 9:50 left to play. Whitney Smith with the big three. She had missed 7 straight three-point attempts before that shot after making her first two threes tonight. She brings it back to a 5-point game. She has 11 points, and that leads the Rams. Union with the ball, 9.5 to play. Perkins pump fake, goes up strong, no good. Tolliver gets the rebound, and then she traveled. Pleading for a foul since she got contact on the way back down. No foul. And the turnover gives it back to Union and a fresh shot clock with 9:26 left. Mazik will check back in. Tolliver heads to the bench. Mazik has not played much in the second half, only 2 points in the second half after she led the Rams in scoring in the first. Quick jump shot off the inbound pass, and it's knocked down. That was Nash. Lydia Nash getting her first basket of the second half. She has 7 points. Her second basket of the second half, excuse me. Key off of a screen from Tate. Swings it over and stolen away by Perkins. Perkins 1-on-2 back towards the other side. Throws it up. No good. And the rebound to Goodlett. Let the play go. Mazik cherry picking at the other end. Lays it in. 12 points now for Mazik. 44-39. Rams back within 5 points. Have trailed by as many as 12 tonight. Looking to Nash in the post. Back out to Perkins. Back into Nash. Fought for and a travel. Nash took a couple steps as she was double teamed. This is around the score that Bluefield would have wanted heading in, 44-39 with 8.5 minutes left to play. This is a Union team that averages well over 70 points a game. It's almost 76 points a game. The Rams averaging 55 coming in. This is more at a Bluefield pace. Smith to Key. Key for three, and it's off the side of the rim. Rebound snatched by White. Lost the ball for a moment. Good hustle as Goodlett picks it up. Smith gets the loose ball. Goodlett's still down, hurt. Now she's back over. And Smith almost had it stolen. Mills couldn't handle it. And it stays with the Rams. Good hustle play from Adrienne Goodlett, the freshman. She breaks with the inbound pass from the baseline into Key. Clock at 8 minutes, not moving at the moment. Now it starts, and the official just noticing that the clock did not run. Saying to reset the clock to 7:55. 44-39, under 8 minutes left. Try to inbound again. Key from right in front of the half-court Rams logo. Popping out is Goodlett. Down towards the baseline, back up top. Smith sets deep, three-pointer off the front of the rim. And a lot of contact. Ball out of bounds, last touched by the Rams. Goodlett took a spill after drawing an elbow and a shoulder from White as they both went after the basketball. Nothing malicious. Bluefield dropping the defense back now. 44-39, 7:35 left in tonight's game. All by herself in the corner, and a travel by White. On the shot fake, started to move before she dribbled. Turnovers galore for both sides. The Rams looking like they favor a sloppy game, hanging around down by 5 against Union. Key down the lane, blocked, and a foul, blocking foul whistled. It's against Perkins. Second foul against Perkins. And Key heading to the free throw line. 5 fouls against the Rams in the second half, 4 against Union. Neither team really threatening the bonus just yet. Key's first free throw is no good. Rams struggle from the free throw line. That's the first miss tonight, though, as Bluefield has only attempted 4 free throws prior to that shot, now 4 out of 5. Key doesn't normally struggle. She's an 87% free throw shooter on the year heading in. That's actually only her 4th free throw miss this season. She hits the second. Back within 4, it's 44-40. This is as close as Bluefield has been since back in the first half. Wide open, three-point shot is well short, clanked off the side of the rim from Lawrence. Mazik, another rebound. It's her 9th tonight, dribbles up court herself. Over to McDaniel, drives down towards the baseline, puts up a shot, and it's tipped and kept alive by Union. Bulldogs back from right to left. In the corner, shot fake by Klotz, back over to Perkins inside and up off the glass, Lydia Nash. Nash now has 9 points, about halfway to her scoring average on the year. Key dribbling to the elbow. Mazik puts up a shot and draws a foul, and that's another foul on Lydia Nash coming over on the help side. Nash picks up her 4th. 4 fouls against Lydia Nash. That's big for Bluefield. 6:08 left in the game. The Rams trailing by 6, 46-40 to Union. You are watching the Rams Digital Sports Network. Free throws coming up for Mariah Mazik, trying to cut into the 46-40 lead of Union as she rolls in the first one. 6:08 left to play. Bulldogs ahead by 5 against the Rams. The opener of tonight's doubleheader in AAC play. Mazique's second free throw is good as well. Outside for Klotz, who steps in, puts up a jumper, no good. Another rebound to Mariah Mazique. That board for Mazique will give her the double-double tonight for the second straight game. That is her 10th. Rams down by 4, trying to close in even more. Mazique to McDaniel, three-point shot, no good, off the back of the rim. Perkins, another rebound. And the Bulldogs back on the break. Three-point shot, Perkins, got it. Huge shot for Union, 49-42, 5:17 to play, and a timeout called by Union. 5:17 left in the game. Rams trailing by 7 points to the Bulldogs on the Rams Digital Sports Network. .5:17 left. Rams down 49-42, trying to keep close with Union. A big three-point shot from Haley Perkins right before the break stretched the Rams' deficit even further. Had closed back within 4. Bluefield is trailed by as many as 12. Quickly breaking the pressure, Smith fighting through some tight defense. Had it stripped for a moment, now drives, puts it up, off the glass, and the foul. Whitney Smith has hit some big shots tonight. That might be the biggest one so far. She'll have a free throw to try to finish off the three-point play. Now leads the Rams in scoring with 13. And she misses the free throw. But it's back to 5, 49-44, 5 minutes left. Union in no hurry getting back across half court. Lawrence goes off of a screen. Left side of the lane, shovels it back out for Klontz. Resets with 10 seconds at the top of the key for Perkins. Three-point try, Klontz knocks it down. Huge shot, another, and it's back to an 8-point game. 52-44, 4.5 left. Key to Mazique. Down the lane, Mazique lays it up, got it to go, and the foul. Another and one try. Mazique with the free throw to try to finish off the play. And again she misses. That's 2 straight chances for Bluefield from the free throw line. But it is back to 6. 52-46, 4:12 left. Union hanging on to this lead. King, guarded by Smith, steps back, goes left, drives down the lane, and it's blocked by Tolliver. Out of bounds, stays with Union with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Inbound pass goes right under the basket. Lawrence is blocked. Make that. Perkins has the shot blocked. Rams come away with it. Another blocked shot for Tolliver. Down by 6, Rams with the ball, 3:50 left. Tolliver pops out on the wing. Gives it up to Mazik at the top. Over for Goodlett, looking inside for Tolliver, has to reset. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Mazik steps in, goes back down the left side. Lost the ball for a moment, keeps it alive. No, she stepped on the baseline. And the Rams turnover on another crucial possession. 3:35 left. Union gets the ball back, up by 6. Rams looking to force more turnovers, but their own turnovers have killed them. 25 for Union, 22 for Bluefield. Bulldogs break the pressure. Jefferson looking over for Lawrence. Gets to King and around to Klontz. Shot clock down to 10, 3:15 on the game clock. Lawrence driving around Tolliver. Shot, it was deflected in the air. Offensive rebound, put back up, and no good from Klontz. Tolliver cleans it up with the rebound, and here come the Rams. Key dribbling around Lawrence. Clock under 3 minutes. Key forces up a shot, got it to go. Adjusting in the air, Shelby Key brings it back to a 4-point deficit. Key with 9. 3-point try, and this one's no good. And kept alive, offensive rebound grab by Jefferson. Every time the Rams have closed back in, Union has been right there with a big 3-point shot. Rams have not guarded the perimeter well tonight. Union doesn't shoot it that well outside normally, has had a lot of success tonight. Mills back up top. Lawrence for 3, no good. And another offensive rebound, resetting back out with Lawrence. Stolen away by Mazik. Mazik blows by Lawrence, lays it up, and it's a 2-point game with 2 minutes left. Timeout. Mariah Mazik with a heads-up play to come away with the loose ball. Timeout was called by the Rams. 52-20 with 2:02 left. We will step aside here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. .52-50, 2 minutes left on the clock. Union with the ball in the lead. The Rams have not been this close since midway through the first half. Bluefield led 14-7 early. Union took off from that point. Down inside for Nash, playing with the 4 fouls. Back over to Perkins, who has led the way for the Bulldogs tonight. Shot clock is at 10. 1:40 left on the game clock. Down the baseline. Nothing there. Back out to Nash. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Nash driving, puts up the shot, no good. Key strips out the rebound, and the Rams with a chance to tie or take the lead, and 90 seconds left on the clock. Key guarded by Mills. 1:20 left. 15 on the shot clock. Mazik, left side of the lane, offensive foul. The charge called. Lawrence set up to take it, and Mazik is called with her 3rd foul. Mariah Mazik has really taken off the last few minutes. She now has 18 points. That leads the Rams in scoring. Whitney Smith has had some big buckets. She's got 13. 2-point game, clock showing 1 minute and a foul on the floor. And that will put Nash to the line for a 1-and-1. Fouls against Key.
Foul on number 15, Shelby Key.
And big free throws coming up. It's a 1-and-1 for Union. And Nash heading to the stripe for the first time tonight. She's a 60% free throw shooter. Not awful, not great. The front end, no good. Tolliver the rebound. 1 minute left on the clock. 52-50. Rams with the ball down by 2. Key gives it up to Goodlett. Driving down towards the baseline. Has nothing. Goes back up top for Smith. 15 on the shot clock. Smith down the lane. Lays it up. No good. And a rebound to King. 10-second differential on the shot clock and the game clock. Union in no hurry walks it up court with Angie Lawrence. 32 seconds left. 20 on the shot clock. Mills over to Lawrence. Shot clock down to 10. Up top for King. Pump fake. Key. And it's stolen away by the Rams, and a whistle for a foul. 17.1 seconds left. Goodlett got on the floor, and called the timeout. Goodlett was able to burn the timeout as she fell on top of the ball. Looked like Lawrence lost it, maybe got her legs tangled up with Key. And the Rams will have one final chance to overcome what has been as big as a 12-point deficit in this game. Union led by 12 with 12:51 left in the second half. The Rams had a 7-point lead in the first half of this game, but Union had a 17-0 run that stretched out the game, and that has been the difference so far. .1 seconds left. See who the Rams bring out of this timeout. Corey Mullins, the first-year head coach for Bluefield, talking with his squad. Mazik, Tolliver, and Goodlett, Smith, and Key, the 5 on the floor for Bluefield. And both teams in the bonus. Possession arrow in favor of Bluefield. 52-50, 10 seconds left. Mazik, an offensive foul, a moving screen goes against Destiny Tolliver. And Corey Mullins in the home crowd furious with that call. Timeout called by Union, 8.9 seconds left, and Union will have to get it in. And the Rams will be looking to foul. Looking for the steal or the foul. A full timeout called for Union. This game tonight, Union with the 5-2 mark in the AAC, sitting right now and tied for 4th place with Reinhardt entering play tonight. Tennessee Wesleyan leading the AAC standings with a 7-1 and a 13-1 overall record. That one loss coming to this Bluefield team. Bryan 6-1, tied with point for second in the league, and then right behind those top 5, Bluefield at 4-4 and 6-9 on the year. Can make up some ground tonight. Can't advance any positions in the league standings. Going to be stuck in 6th place regardless, but can get closer to the top. Columbia and Milligan following Bluefield, St. Andrews and Montreat, and then Truett-McConnell with an 0-7 conference mark. The Rams knocked them off over the weekend pretty handily. Union receiving votes in the national poll heading into this week. A big moving screen call against Destiny Tolliver. By the way, that's Tolliver's 4th foul. So she has 4. And Lydia Nash of Union has 4. The Bulldogs will inbound on the baseline. Quickly comes in, and Haley Perkins draws the foul. Goodlett reaching in. And Perkins will head to the line. The free throws for Union. Trying to ice this away. Perkins is a 68% free throw shooter. Angie Lawrence, if you're wondering, is the team's best free throw shooter this year at 86% entering tonight's game. They instead opt to inbound to Perkins. It's a 1-1 with 7.5 seconds left on the clock. A 52-50 lead for Union. Perkins lining up the first free throw, and gets the front end to drop. Boy, it just about bounced out. And it's a 3-point game. Big second free throw coming up. Nash the only one underneath to rebound. The shot, and that one's straight through, 54-50, a 4-point game. And Union may have just iced this one. Still a chance for the Rams. Going to need some help. Mazik inbounds, gets it to Key, stripped away or lost it for a moment. Key gets it up. Smith steps back, puts up the three, and misses everything, and the final buzzer goes off. A 54-50 win for Union, who survives Bluefield tonight. Rams had a chance, brought it back within 2 in the final minute, but that will wrap things up as the Rams drop tonight's game 54-50 to Union. The Bulldogs improved to 9-4 on the season, 6-2 in the ACC as the Rams drop to 6-10 and 4-5 on their first year back in the conference. Mariah Mazik, 18 points tonight to go along with 9 rebounds for Bluefield, 13 points for Whitney Smith, 9 points for Key, 8 points for Tolliver, and 2 points for Goodlett. The Rams turned the ball over 24 times in tonight's game, still less than Union, who gave up the possession 27 times tonight, led by Perkins, who finished tonight with 22 points, including 9 of 10 from the free throw line and 10 rebounds, which led all players. Perkins with the double-double. Klontz had 11 points tonight, knocked down 3 3-point tries for the Union Bulldogs. 9 points for Nash, who played limited minutes with 4 fouls most of the game. 6 points each for White and for King. 13 second chance points tonight kept the Rams in the game, but only 5 for Union. But the points off turnover, the Bulldogs had 16, the Rams had 18. It was a sloppy game for both sides. The Rams led 14-7 before a 17-0 run for Union in the first half, and the Bulldogs able to hang off a late charge to pick up a 54-50 win. Wraps up our coverage of tonight's women's basketball game. The men coming up in just about 20 minutes here. My name is Trey Wilson. Thank you for joining us. The final score, Union 54, Bluefield 50 on the Rams Digital Sports Network.